everyone, it's Stephanie from The Handsome Zebra, and today I want to show you how you can assemble your very own Traveler's Notebook insert. Now this insert is actually a printable available on my Etsy shop, and all of the tools and materials that you'll need for this particular project is going to be listed down below in the description. First thing we're going to do is fold all of these pages. That's it. Now we're going to place all of these together and then put it inside of our cover. Our covers that we're going to be using is just some cardstock, and we're just going to fold it and tuck everything in. That's it. Now we're ready to bind. I'm going to show you two different ways that we can bind notebooks. I'll fold one more cover here. The first method that I'm going to use is using a long reach stapler, and the second method that I'm going to show you does not require any tools other than some needle and thread. So for the first method, the only thing that I'm going to do here is I'm going to kind of eyeball where the middle is and staple. You can staple 2, you could staple 3, you could staple 4, however you prefer. Again, all I do is I just eyeball it, and that's it. For the second method of binding, I'm going to show you how we can use a needle and thread. This thread here is just some embroidery floss. You can pick up an entire roll of it for about 50 cents at any craft store. And to poke the holes, I'm going to be using this awl. I think that you could probably use just another needle if that's all you've got. I'm going to poke 4 holes. And then I'm going to begin my stitch. I'm going to come from the outside here and loop it in. Out. Back in again. And then back out again. So now it looks like I've got kind of 2 faux looking staples. And on the outside, the only thing that I'm going to do here, even out my string, just going to tie a couple knots. If you want, you can always tuck one of these underneath this middle one, and then tie another knot just so that it holds it all together all in one place. And then cut. That's 2 methods, the staple method and the stitching method, so that you can quickly and easily bind your Traveler's Notebook. Now in order to cut it to size, for this particular notebook, this is a B6, which is roughly 5 by 7, and I'm going to measure out the 5 first. Put a mark at the bottom and put a mark at the top. And I'm going to hold this ruler right across the top and bottom here so that I have a nice straight edge. Take my box cutter and just gently drag across it, cutting all of the paper. You don't want to push too hard because sometimes that can cause a little bit of slipping. And the last thing you want to do is to have a sustained injury from slipping and cutting your own hand. I speak from experience. Now the next thing that we'll need to do is to get this to 7, and since this is an 8.5 by 11 original sheet, we folded it. Now we're going to be cutting off 3/4 of an inch on the top and 3/4 of an inch on the bottom, so that we're cutting off this gap here and here. We'll do the same thing where we'll mark it on the top and bottom. there we have it. We have our B6 size notebook trimmed up and ready to go. If you'd like to have any rounded edges, you can use the corner punch. Do a couple pages at a time. And that's it. Now you have your nicely bound traveler's notebook and ready to go. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments section below. You can also find me at Handsome Zebra on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or at handsomezebra.com. Be sure to also check out more of these printables in my Etsy shop. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights and tips from the Handsome Zebra. See you next time!